This is the news at 8 Oromo TV. I am Ajala and the first on the headlines. Group urges Buhari to inaugurate NDDC Senate Screen Board. Shagamu Development Forum International inducts 9 Indigenes into entrepreneurship and vocational training. Dr.Adedara commiserates with GNI over his mother's death. The state government used local government elections to deceive the people. Honorable Shagamu Seriki. Biodo Stephen to direct Aki and Popo remake coming to the cinemas in December.
Hey, Asampete, it don't land DT money don't land gidigba. The Ogbonge company where they import, where they sell original ABF board, MBF board, and all them accessories. Where they sell screw machine, circular saw, tapings, screw pin, bed lock, and pipes, and all other accessories they boku where they last well. For DT money, we they sell land, we they build house, and also we they do estate management. All our customers they talk say DT money na number 1. We did for shop 2, Onigbepa Road, Shagamu, Ogun State. Our telephone number na 081-685-30919. Or you can call us also for 0808-624-5229. Our email na fatugashewolabi19@gmail.com. DT Money Innovations Limited. Quality and affordability.
On top stories, group urges Buhari to inaugurate NDDC Senate Screen Board. A frontline grassroots and civil society movement in Nigeria, mass movement against injustice and marginalization in South-South, has re-emphasized its call on President Muhammadu Buhari to inaugurate the board of Niger Delta Development Commission that was screened and confirmed by the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on the 5th of November 2019. In a recent and renewed statement to the press for the people of the Niger Delta region in particular, and the entire Nigerian people in general, and signed by its leadership, Duke Okofure, Ebe Michael Ebe, and Dan Amo as President, General Secretary, and Director of Public Communication respectively, the group stated as follows. Mr. President, who is known both locally and globally as a man of unquestionable integrity and honesty, should fulfill his promise on the inauguration of the already screened and confirmed board of the NDDC. We wish to remind Mr. President that on the 21st of June 2021, while receiving a delegation of Ijaw National Congress, INC, he promised in very clear terms that he would inaugurate the already screened and confirmed board of the NDDC on conclusion and receipt of the report of the forensic auditors. We hereby call on him to live up to his promise and inaugurate the board immediately and without delay, now that the report of the forensic auditors have been concluded. The group also pledges solidarity with the President in the fight against terrorism and banditry and its zeal to improve the economy, provide infrastructure, and make life more meaningful to the Nigerian people. On state news, Dr.Adedara commiserates with GNI over his mother's death. Ogun State Governor Prince Dr.Adedara has communicated with the Chairman, Board of Directors of Induct Free Trade Zone, Boyega Isiaka, over the death of his mother, Alaja Adijat Kubura Isiaka. Alaja Isiaka died on Monday at Redison Hospital, Victoria Island, Lagos, after a brief illness. She was aged 80. In a statement released by Abiodun's Chief Press Secretary, Kule Shomori on Monday, in Abeokuta, Ogun State capital, the governor expressed his condolences, describing the demise of Iya Adini of Imekoland as painful. According to the governor, Dr. Junior was a successful trader and consummate community leader who made a positive impact on our immediate environment. He further described Alaja Isiaka as a caring mother and lover of education, who ensured our children got the best of education and moral training. Abiodun said the gentleman and good attitude of her son, Boyega Isiaka, also known as GNI, is a testimony to Mama's good nature and home training inculcated into our children. While saying Imekoland and Ogun State will miss the community leadership of Alaja Isiaka, the governor prayed that soul finds peace and favor of Allah. He also prayed Allah will give our children, family members, and the entire Imekoland the fortitude to bear the loss. Alaja Isiaka lived a simple but fruitful life. She was a community leader, a religious woman, and a successful trader who impacted positively on our people. On behalf of my family, Ogun State Executive Council, and the entire people of Ogun, I express my heartfelt condolence to the family of Alaja Isiaka. I pray Allah rest her soul and grant her our journey of Fidelis, Adieu Mama GNI. Abiodun was quoted to have said in the statement. Joining us on the news tonight, virtually, is the newly appointed ex-official member of the socio-cultural organization Afenifere, Dr. Adedara Oduguwa. Good evening, Dr. Oduguwa.
Good evening. Thank you.
What does Afenifere stand for, and what's the appointment all about?
Okay, I will start by telling you what Afenifere stands for. Afenifere was officially established by a meeting called by Chief Awolowo in March 26, 1950. And while calling the meeting, they called about 60 people and only 7 people turned out for the meeting, including himself, making it 8 people. What does Afenifere stand for? Afenifere is a Yoruba socio-cultural group that believe in anything that is Yoruba. We are the defenders of the Yorubas, and anything we are doing is about the Yoruba. So if you are beating a Yoruba man in, let's say, in Kano, Afenifere will be there to defend that Yoruba man. So in the geographical expression called Nigeria, the role of Afenifere is to defend the interests of the Yorubas. Now, my new role as the ex-official member of Remo, that is Shagamu, Ikene, and Remonons, is to gather fresh minds. Because a lot of people have this misconception that Afenifere is just for old people. No. When Awo and others, and the 7 others were forming Afenifere, they were actually very young. Awolowo himself was about 42. Most of the other members were younger. So, but unfortunately, after Awolowo, a lot of you believe it's just for older people, because by the time they will really be publicized and people will know about it, most of them were now old. Do you understand? So that's why a lot of people believe Afenifere is just for the older generation. So today, my role, and if you look at the composition of Afenifere in Ogun State now, I am more or less like son to a lot of people who are members. But it's not about the age, it's about what you have done for the Awo clan. I have written a book, I have been part of the Obafemi Awolowo Foundation, Kulocom, and any other things they have been doing. So, and I have also been part of Afenifere itself for years now. So, and that's why they said, okay, Dara, be in charge of this. And it's not like I am now a boss, like some people will think, okay, it's not, I'm not, it's a work, it's a service. So my job is to oversee this local government. In Shagamu, we are going to have Shagamu local government Afenifere chairman. We are going to have for other local governments too. We are going to have their ESCOs. So my own is just to coordinate and talk to people who have a sustainable job, who have character. So for you to be a member, like a lot of people have asked me on my Facebook page, they want to join. Yeah, once you know you are a man of character, you believe in Yoruba interest, and also you have a sustainable job. We don't want jobless people. We don't want people who don't have a job that because of that anybody can buy you. As I am here now, you cannot buy me, no matter how much you have. But if you are a man of character, you don't need to buy me. Talk to me, I will support you. So Afenifere too is not like a party thing. So you can be in APC, PDP, SDP, any party. So far you believe in the interest of Afenifere, which is the core, the Yoruba people, you can be a member. And that is the role I have to play.
Sometime in 2019, the leader of Afenifere, Chief Ayo Adebanjo, said, for Nigeria's unity, Southeasterners must be president in 2023. What's your take on that?
Yeah, Chief Ayo Adebanjo, the acting leader of Afenifere, was right, because Nigeria didn't come together as a country just for some part of it to be ruling others in a kind of master-slave relationship. Nigeria came together in 1960 as a result of all the constitutional conferences that were held before that period. And we came together as a single people. In other words, we are equal partners, the southern part of Nigeria with the northern part of Nigeria. So today, what we are having is different. Our people are being changed, is more or less like a servant-leader relationship. So Baba was right. If Nigeria unity must still remain, if Nigeria must still remain, even though I believe that Nigeria is just a mere geographical expression, just like Chief Awolowo said in those days. So I still also believe that for Nigeria you need to be to still remain, and for Nigeria to still remain, we have to have the balancing. So he was correct.
Recently, the National Assembly organized a public hearing for the amendment of the 1999 Constitution, and Afenifere says the Constitution cannot be amended. What's your take on this?
What is constitutional amendment in the first place? What are they amending? You cannot amend a constitution that came into being from fraudulent processes or through fraudulent processes. So if you are amending something that is already decayed, it's like you have a meat, you didn't put it in your freezer for like let's say 1 week, and now it's now decaying. You can see maggot coming out and the rest of it, and somebody now come and say, now because some people are complaining of the smell of the meat, you now quickly go and put it inside the microwave. Can you eat it? So what we are having in Nigeria today is that we are having a kind of constitution that is not working, that cannot work, not just working, it cannot work. And that is not just a constitution, it's a military constitution. So we have to, what do we do if we still want to remain as a country? We have to either go back to the old constitution that our forefathers agreed to before 1960 and that was used in 1963 before the advent of the first school. So he was right. If we don't do that, then they are just wasting their time. So I believe what they are doing, the APC government, Buhari and his boys in the National Assembly are doing, is just to deceive Nigerians. So if they really want to do the right thing, it's either they restructure Nigeria or they let us go back to regionalization or the old constitution. So for me, this what they are doing is just fraud and is fraudulent. And at the end of the day, nothing will come out of it.
What prompted you to write the book Zero to Hero?
Well, Zero to Hero is my new work, and it's something that I think a lot of people will be blessed with if they have it. When I was doing my master's in the UK in 2011 and 12, I realized that, and I was also consulting. I was also consulting for companies. I was working as a human resource consultant then too. I realized that most times when we employ people, even though they have the best qualification, they have the best experience, you will still realize that they have issues with ethical conduct and also behavior. So, and as an HR person, I always have relationship more with CVs, that's curriculum vitae of people. And looking at this curriculum vitae, I realized that there is no aspect that cater for character. You can know somebody's experience, you can know somebody's past educational qualifications, but you might not know the person's character. So I was looking for solving this issue of providing character in CV, so that when I have your CV, I don't need to ask you much questions. I already know what you can be, what you can do, who you are, and the rest of it. So that is the number one thing that inspired the idea of saying, okay, what do we do? So for like between that year to 2018, I was thinking and working and observing and researching about what could be what could explain people's character, and that is why I came up with the Birth Effect book. And what do I do in the Birth Effect book? I look at things that actually make people become what they are. I look at things that make you talk the way you talk. I look at the way what makes people work the way they work and behave the way they behave. And I can tell you that the book actually was able to solve this problem. That was a gap in literature. The book actually is able to solve the problem now, because if you have a copy of the book, you will understand yourself, you'll be able to understand others, you're able to also discover yourself. And then you can now also use other people to your own advantage. So the book has been able to explain that. So if I have your CV and I put some of the variables I have worked on my birth effect book, like birth order, or ordinarily before we used to have month of birth in the CV. So, but birth order, family background, if I add it to any CV, With your experience and your educational qualification, I can predict it.
Thank you very much, Dr.Adedara Oduguwa.
Thank you very much.
Still on local news, the state government used local government elections to deceive the people. Honorable Shagamu, a former House of Representative and aide to the late PDP stalwart, Shagamu, has said the state government used local government elections to deceive the people. He says they know in truth it will be a selection of candidates and not election, so why waste the resources?
The issue of an election and the issue of a party are both demonstrates the absurdity of our society. It's becoming increasingly a convention that the local government election is a non-contest election for the incumbent to deceive legitimately the society and install the local government in place. I think the last one is also a replay of what has been happening all over Nigeria. There has been complaints, it has been anticipated that the party in government is going to win, and they have won without necessarily getting the endorsement of the people.
Finally, on the local news, Shagamu Development Forum International inducts 9 Indigenes into entrepreneurship and vocational training. Shagamu Development Forum International have inducted 9 Indigenes of Shagamu into the School of Entrepreneurship and Vocational Training for the August 2021 batch. The SDF International, as part of its corporate social responsibility, sponsors a 12-month entrepreneurship and vocational scheme for ready-to-learn indigenes and residents of Shagamu. The vocation includes fashion designing and pattern making, hairdressing, barbing, and wig making, with several benefits which include startup equipment and one-year mentorship, amongst many others. This August batch is the first. An induction was done yesterday at the Innovations Design Entrepreneurship Advancement Strategies (IDEAS) Center at Oba Erinwale Road, Maku, Shagamu. The coordinator of the program, Dr.Adedara Oduguwa, used the induction ceremony to also thank the SDF International for this feat. He thanked the CEO of IDEAS Center, Mr. Olusegun Dada, for making his office space available for the training. He further says the training cost support for each participant is 200,000 naira. Finally, on entertainment news, Bill Stephen to direct Akem Popo remake coming to the cinemas in December. Play Network Studios announced a new collaboration with Film One Entertainment on the production of the remake of the 2023 It's Nollywood comedy franchise Aki Na Ukwa. According to reports, the anticipated remake titled Akem Popo is set for release on December 17, 2021 and will be directed by Bill Stephen and co-executive producer Charles Okwakili. Chinedu Ikedize and Ositaime will reprise their roles as Akem Popo from the original movie. The actors will star alongside Tony Abraham, Anita Aswa, Uti Nwachukwu, Stan Izzy, MC Lively, Beverly Osu, Juliet Ibrahim, and Chioma Okafor. The Stephen Oluboye created story, co-written by Ozioma Ubaji, follows the story of two mischievous brothers who try to make a life for themselves, then coincidentally fall into fame and riches they have always craved for through the help of social media. This welcomes them into a world of pleasures, pressures, lies, deceit, and amenity. Chris Ode, Mim Battles, and Agozi Algu will produce the anticipated remake. The 2023 Amayo Uzo Phillips directed classic saw the rise to stardom of actors Chinedu Ikeze and Osita Imi. And that's it on the news at 8 on Remo TV. For more news updates, you can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Official Remo TV. You can also check our website at www.remotv.com.ng. I am Ajala IME. Good night.